college football season, Shedeur was set, and people were saying that he was going to be the number one draft pick, number one QB out of the class. And now the draft is here. Round one, no call of his name. Round two, no call of his name. And now all the NFL coaches and owners are coming out saying that he's just a little arrogant, he's prideful, he's not that good, this and that. And of course, we know this is Deion Sanders' son. And I wanted to bring this up just because there's a correlation here. Because just like people are hating on Deion Sanders' son, people are hating on us because we're God's children. And just like Shedeur is being blackballed, we experience injustice too. We experience wrongdoing too. We experience unfair treatment too. And I was telling somebody in the barbershop earlier, I was like, I don't think it's about racism. I don't think it's about that. I think it's more about systems. And I feel like that's the reason why we see so much injustice in politics, in work, in school, in different aspects, because there's systems in place. Something we talk about often. There's systems in place, businesses. We have bylaws. It's a way to do things. And so one thing that I was reading, somebody was saying that it's not about talent, it's about control. And what you have to look at is people will walk over you if they feel like they can control you. Think about that. People will walk over you if they feel like they can control you. Walking over you is literally, I'm using you. I'm taking advantage of you. I'm taking advantage of your talent, taking advantage of your time, taking advantage of your ability. People will literally walk over you if they feel like they can use you and they feel like you're gullible. But if people feel like you have a backbone, if people feel like you have a voice, if people feel like you're strong, they can't control you. They can't. And let's be real. How many people in our different lives have we seen that couldn't be tamed, couldn't be controlled, so they got fired, they got thrown away because they couldn't adapt to a system, or they didn't want to adapt to a system. We're all black, we're all African Americans. We literally were in a civil rights culture. We were literally in that. Like, we didn't adapt to the system. We protested, we fought, we had this act and that act. Yeah, because we're not conforming to the system. And I feel like in this day and age, especially all of us being as young as we are, and I say that because we're not young people, we are young adults. So we're young, but we're also adults. You're your own man, you're your own woman, you're your own man. You live your own life. You stay on your own. Like, you stay on your own. Like, nobody should be able to tell you anything. Nobody should be able to put limits on you. And that's the thing. We talked about it the first Sunday of this past month was God will blow your mind. And we talked about the fact that God, we put limits on God. We limit God to our pain. We limit God to our problems. God, I'm depressed. God, please solve my depression. He's not just limited to your depression. He can handle your depression. He can handle your sister's problems. He can handle your sister's problems. He can handle your sister's problems. I mean, not limited to our problems. He can handle everything. He has the whole world in his hands. So think about the fact that God has no limits. But people try to put limits on us for a reason. If I can't run over you, I gotta try to put as many limits on you as possible to restrict you, to restrain you. You know, everybody that I'm looking at today has that mentality. Y'all have that dog mentality. That mentality that I will not sit and be a bum. I will not sit and starve. I will make a way. I will make things happen. I will work hard. I will be determined. I will be fierce. All of y'all have that mentality. And the good do finish last sometimes. They do. They do. If you're not going to be somebody else's good old boy, you may be by yourself, trying to figure it out by yourself. What would you rather be? Would you rather be somebody's good old boy? Somebody's, do boy? Would you rather be a do boy? Or would you rather be the man? Or the woman? And one thing that we have to think about, and people say it, and I say it, you can't do life alone. You need somebody with you. Can't do life alone. One thing that we also have to be mindful about is, though, although we can't do life alone, sometimes we have to do life alone. Sometimes there are seasons in our lives where it's just us. Just us. I mean, it's just us and our dreams. It's just us and our houses. It's just us and work. I mean, it's just us. Sometimes even if it's not just us, sometimes we feel alone amidst all the things that we have on. We still feel alone. And the good news about that is we're coming off Resurrection Weekend, and the biggest thing that we should learn about Jesus was it's not just about Shedeur Sanders. He's not the only. Have you heard about Shedeur Sanders?
I'm excited.
Okay, that's great. Let's hear your opinion, Malia. Let's go with it. Because I was just telling people that I was just telling everyone that just like Shedeur, I feel like Shedeur is being blackballed. I don't feel like it's a race thing. I feel like Shedeur is being blackballed because of his dad. I feel like it's also because of his ego as well. But I was making the comparison that just like Shedeur is singled out, blackballed, rejected, so are we. Because we are God's children, we're on the different side. It feels like we're more attacked. It feels like we are more under, what's the word I'm looking for? Scrutiny. I was talking about how we as a people, as black people, have to endure racism because and it's not so much about Shedeur or about talent, it's about control. Well, you worked in a school. I mean, school system tries to control what. I feel like you're describing systems, period.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're describing our political world, you're describing every area.
Economical world, social world. It's not about skill.
It's not about skill. I already said it's about control. It's about control.
They see it young.
But that's like they're controlling the narrative right now too.
They do. But see, at the end of the day, okay, let's be real. If your job told you, listen,
Not a good example.
it's not.
I don't listen to
Wait,
folks.
what's up, baby?
I'm dead.
But if you don't, are you not at risk?
No.
Depends on the job.
Now we're talking about systems. How are you not at risk? We're talking about systems. I want to hear this.
I'm the
It's
only one that's
conversation.
qualified.
You said what?
I'm the only one that's qualified.
Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah, they
that.
got systems. They got it on TV alone. They can't.
You know how you said you're the only one qualified? You can't compare that with Shedeur. He is not the only qualified brother in the pool of people that can be drafted. That's the point. You say, forget the process, I'm not gonna show up to the combine. Forget the process, I'm gonna do this on my own. I am him. I am my own person.
You call yourself like legendary or something like that.
Okay, see, I ain't
Then he
all
got
that
on.
stuff.
That's the
That's
point.
his brand.
That's the point. Then he got on the interviews on the when he did do an interview, he got on there saying, "Y'all know my dad, man. What does that have to do with anything about you, bro?"
Honestly,
And
I
then
like
Chance, we
I
talking
like
about in the barbershop, Bronny, man. Compare them to.
That's a good one.
Compare them to.
People talked about Bronny all day long, and Bronny never said nothing, did he?
Nah.
He still ain't said nothing. Now, what we gotta be honest about is, Deion Sanders was very arrogant when he was coming on.
Exactly.
But he was arrogant because he was the only one doing what he was doing.
And plus, he didn't have a dad that was like. He didn't have like what Shedeur had. She doesn't have to use his dad as
you're
like
right.
a clout line or like as like a lifeline.
You're right.
You feel me? Yeah.
But I'm still here with Malia's.
Yeah.
Malia's talking about her worth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're too worth it to that company for them to even do anything with you. The point is, Deion was worth it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Worth it to each franchise he played for, baseball and football. Now,
10 to 8 toes.
let's be real. How many of us have acted above our worth and lost out on some good stuff because we acted like we were too above, too beyond? Let our pride get in the way, and now we missed out on a good opportunity. The biggest thing that I really wanted us to get out of this whole lesson, strategy is important. Strategy is important. Me and Clifton were talking yesterday about understanding yourself. It's systems in everything. Relationships is a strategy for it. Strategy for it. Work, your career is a strategy for it. Becoming successful, accomplishing your goals, it's a strategy for it. And then when we're talking about beating the system, overcoming injustices, overcoming being blackballed, it's a way you can go about it. And so what I'm trying to let us know is, Shedeur is getting blackballed, and you will be blackballed. Somebody will blackball you. Your job is going to reject you. Your person's going to reject you. Your family's going to. Somebody's going to reject you. You will experience that rejection where you feel like you are alone and on your own island at some point. You will. You will feel that at some point. But it's in that moment that your number one strategy has to, A, be trust in the Lord. It has to, 2, be understand, as we talked about this past Sunday, God has a plan to get you out of it. He has a plan. Now see, let's be real. Shedeur didn't get drafted day one. First thing he said, I trust in God. I trust in God. Trust in God. Because at the end of the day, whether he arrogant or not, it's out of his hands. I mean, whether his daddy Deion Sanders or not, it's out of his hands. He could very well go undrafted, have to get a contract somewhere, go somewhere. You never know what happens. You don't know what happens. People talk about that dude all season long. He will be the number one this, number one that. Have people ever hyped you up and then what you thought was going to happen never happened? Oh yeah, you're going to get that job. Oh yeah. Oh, you're going to get it. Don't get the job. Oh, that opportunity, that scholarship, that money opportunity, it's coming for you. You're going to get it. Don't get it. Down $500. I mean, like, so let's just be honest. This is not just a thing we're seeing unfold on TV. This is my real life. Things don't go our way every day. Publics don't act right. They don't.
On me, they don't.
What I'm trying to make you see is, I mean, stuff won't always go our way too.
Yeah, it won't.
But how do we handle being unfairly treated? How do we handle injustice? Especially when we can give a godly answer in here. We can give a godly answer in here, but then we can go out and cut somebody out at the red light.
I think it's more so, because Will, I think it's more so when you're broken down. Like,
Wait, get off the road.
I think it's more so like when you're broken down all the way to your foundation, like where does your foundation lie? So
God,
it's like for instance, when I had my accident, and I don't know you, but
she said like that.
No, but okay, so I slipped down some stairs. Was like this whole leg was like messed up basically. So I was in a wheelchair for like 4 months, and then had to like get on a walker, all those type of things. So basically like a whole 11-month process to like start back walking.
Oh my goodness.
But like for me, and people were like, oh, like it's not that bad, like you're gonna be fine, da 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 da. And I'm like, I ain't trying to hear none of that actually. Like stop talking to me.
That's real.
And then people were like, oh, like I've had a knee replacement, like, da 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 da. And I'm like, but you scheduled that, like I was going tit for tat. Like, don't compare this to what you went through because it's not the same.
Yeah.
But it was like at the same time, like I got what they were trying to do, like encouragement and things like that. But at the same time, it was like I was here for Christmas break, like. And now you're telling me I can't go back to Nashville because I can't drive, because I can't move, because I can't feel my leg. Like, you got me messed up.
I know that's real.
And then people are like, oh, like, maybe this was the break you needed, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, I'm not trying to hear any of that. Like, like, go away. And I, like, went to, like, a depressed state for, like, some months. Like, I was like, oh, this ain't it. I'm ready to go. Like, I can't do nothing for myself. Like, I've never been this helpless as an adult. Because I, like, had things, like, when I was younger and stuff. Like, as an adult, I've never been this helpless before. And I look back on that time now, and it was all a part of the plan, right? But at the same time, it was like, that's the most I was in my Bible, like, because I didn't have anything else. Like, I couldn't go nowhere. I was in the house alone. Like, I can't move. Like, I'm literally stuck here. I ain't got nobody else to talk to but God. Everybody else at work, I can't call nobody. Like, what am I going to do? So I do think when you're broken down to your foundation, that's when you actually have to rely on your foundation. Because people can say all day like, oh, when it gets tough, call on God. Baby, you ain't never, if you ain't never been in no tough spot, you don't know what that feel like.
No, for real.
So I think it all comes down to, that. Been 12 minutes.
I am going to quote you on that. Easy to do the right thing when it's convenient. Easy to do the right thing when it don't attack your heart. When it ain't that, when it's not the person you in love with that say something to you, it's easy to walk away. Sometimes it's not, but it's a little easier to walk away. But when it's the person, that's supposed to love you for real, that's when it's like, hold on, you playing with me.
Just leave him alone. I can't. I can't. This other fish, I don't want other fish. That's my fish.
That's my fish. That's my fish. Y'all look crazy.
Feeding that fish.
Crazy was that all of us are going to be blackballed at some point. All of us are going to be rejected, like how Shedeur is doing right now. Talk about that. All of us will endure that. And the first thing that I said is, number one, when that happens, you have to trust God. You have to rely on God. And number two, you have to understand that God's plans for you are better than yours. God is in control, and no matter what happens today or tomorrow, with Shedeur, with you, Malik, you, DJ, with any of us, God is still going to be in control. God is still going to look high and look low. God is still going to have all power in his hands. And so at the end of the day, we have to realize that this world is faulty. This world is dark. This world, think about how many times in the Word of God. But I mean, we know there's nothing good coming out of the world. You turn on the news, nothing good.
I think your impact in the world could be good.
I think I'm talking about more so like when you turn on the news, it's really nothing good going on. When you look at the political realm, it's injustice. I mean, it's so many different aspects of our world that cannot be changed because it's not meant to be changed.
I can't lie. Like, adding on to what you said, I was with my granddad one time, and y'all familiar with the term like Ferguson?
Yeah.
So, bro, we were just chilling, and he was like, "It's a lot going on, especially for our kind, always getting killed, always getting racially profiled. I guarantee you right now, if I turn that TV on and turn to the news channel, it's gonna mention the word Ferguson or something related to it." I'm like, bro, no, it's not. Turn TV on, go straight. It's already on the news. Yeah, today's news is about Ferguson and this, that, and the third. I was like, dang, bro. Like, it's like, but granted, along with that too, I feel like it's perspective. Like, the news is always portraying, at least when it comes to us, yes, something negative.
It
like,
is.
This person died, this person got shot, this person got injured, this person got kidnapped, instead of like, oh, this person created a project that's now gonna give energy to help sustain the community. This
That brother
person,
that made that plastic fuse.
you feel me?
That's how it goes in the world. We talk about it all the time. You're not gonna blow up on YouTube or social media for doing the right thing. Do something dumb, get arrested. Millions of views.
Unless you do something right, like for the wrong reason. Like
That's true too.
the people who like trying to get clout off of like, oh, I bought so and so's groceries. And
Yeah.
I'm like, did this, and
I
I
want
did
to go
that.
feed the homeless and then
And I'm
check it.
like,
I got this many views off of it. Yeah.
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 Think about it. Think about what we read in our Bible. Homosexuality is nothing new. It's in here. Slavery is nothing new. It's in here. Injustice is nothing new. It's in here. Unfair treatment, cruel treatment is in here. Being profiled, being talked against, being lied on, being hurt, and being broken, being depressed. It's nothing new. It's all in here. It's all in here. And so that's why I said, Malia, what you said, you preached for me. I mean, honestly, when you are shaken to the root of your foundation, what will come out? You know how we used to hit those big balloon with the candy and then when you birthday party,
Pinata?
that pinata, and you
It's
it's a balloon.
lost the word.
It's a balloon. Hit it and candy just pop out. When candy just pop out everywhere, candy pops out everywhere. So the point with that was, life is going to try to hit you. Life is going to try to break you.
Actually, like
Going 12 rounds, 3 minutes each. Oh my goodness, like Lord, let me get a break, please.
And sometimes you like, Lord, I need a break. I'm drained, and you don't get it.
that's like when people be like, die whenever you need more than you can handle. I think that's a lie. I think it's more so like God gives you so much you can handle where you have to rely on him.
Right. Right.
Cause it's like, you gonna give me something I can't handle, cause baby, I don't want it.
Let's be honest. The farther we get away from God, the more burdens we have to carry until we get back to God.
As soon as you find that spot where you feel like you're back good with God, everything it's kind of like the waiting the storm type deal. Like
Yeah.
you in the storm, I mean, you want to stop, you want to stop, you want to turn around, but something in your mind is telling you just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Then, you know what I'm saying, once you get to the end of this storm, there's nothing but sunshine.
Sunshine.
Clouds been freed up and it's
Oh, what about the cow in the bison story? I heard of that story before.
Tell it, Clifton.
Okay. Well, the cow tends to run away from the storm.
right.
The bison runs straight at it. The bison eventually is out of the storm and on the other side of sunshine.
A lot
The
of
cow
cows
is
still running.
running from it. He's still in the storm. He caught up in the storm. Now it's stuck.
Yeah.
So
You can't.
That's low key up.
It is. See,
Thank you for sharing with us.
to use what both of you guys said, you can't run away from your storm. But when you get out of the storm, it's almost like, man, everything's good. So it's easier to not pray.
But then it's like also with your story, some people get mad at the bison because why did you go up the cow? But it's also not your job.
You feel me?
What we just talked about earlier when we talk about parents and how some of the kids are not following and disobeying, and you're saying that's a parent problem. Well, what happens when we give up on the parents and the kids, and then it becomes a generational problem? And I think we have to understand that life is never going to stop throwing us problems, and it's not. But what's on the inside, when depression hits, what's gonna fall out? What's gonna fall out? Addiction, bad habit. What's gonna fall out? When stress hits you on any given day, what's gonna fall out? It's gonna fall out. Death, grief. What's gonna fall out? What's gonna fall out? We can never predict when life is going to hit us. The most we can do is become prepared. And I think we have to understand today is we have to be prepared to be rejected. We have to be prepared to experience unfair treatment, even when you thought it was going to go your way. You gotta be prepared for it. Go to Daniel 3, and I just want you guys to go to it. I'm gonna read a little bit of it, but I want you guys to go home. I want you guys to read this all week long. I want you guys to read this all week long. I'm going to read it all. I am going to read it all week long. Because the whole point of this lesson is in the title is don't conform to the system. Don't conform to the system. Don't conform to the system. Don't accept. Don't accept it. Rise above it. Don't accept it. Rise above it. Don't accept it. Rise above it. It says King Nebuchadnezzar made a gold statue 90 feet tall, 90 feet wide, set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then he sent messages to high officers, officials, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates. Look at all this political stuff going on. Verse 3, so all the officials came and stood before the statue King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Verse 4, the herald shouted out, people of all races and nations and languages, listen to the king's command. When you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and other musical instruments, bow to the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's gold statue. Anyone who refuses to obey will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace. So at the sound of the musical instruments, all the people, whether their race or nation or language, bowed to the ground and worshiped the gold statue that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. But some of the astrologers went to the king and informed of the Jews, or informed on the Jews. They said to the king, long live the king. You issued a decree requiring all the people to bow down and worship the gold statue when they hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harps, pipes, and other musical instruments. That decree also states that those who refuse to obey must be thrown into a blazing furnace. Verse 12 says, but there are some Jews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, whom you have put in charge of the province of Babylon. They pay no attention to you. Check me out. They pay no attention to you, Your Majesty. They refuse to serve your gods, and they do not worship you. Let's go ahead and go to your notes real quick. Go to your notes. Go to your notes. Whatever you need to get some notes with, I want you to go to your notes really quickly, because the word don't accept it but rise above it is in here. It's in this verse we just read, verse 12. Number 1, if you're writing it down, write down, don't pay attention to it. You know the hardest thing to do when something bad is going on is to not focus on it. That's the toughest thing to do. When something bad happens, the toughest thing to do is not let it sit on your mind. Right? Put it down. Number 1, don't pay attention to it. Whenever injustice, whenever wrongdoing, whenever something terrible is just weighing on your heart, whenever you're going through a tough time, don't pay attention to it. Why are you giving in to frustration? Why? God has not given us a spirit of fear. Every negative emotion that's inside of us didn't come from God. Didn't. Everything you see about what God asks us to focus on and what God gives us is positive. Anything negative, if we decide to focus on it, that's our fault. Number 1, don't pay attention to it. Number 2, refuse to serve it. Refuse to serve it. Refuse to serve it. Now I told you that it's hard to pay it. It's hard to, not think about negativity. It's hard to not think about something bad that's going on in your life right now. But it's even harder not to serve it. It's even harder for that to not ever get out your mind until it's fixed. It's about trusting God. How are you going to trust God? Pray, Lord, help me, please help me. And then think about it all day. Worry about it all day. Check up on it all day. You worry, man, how these bills going to get paid? And you checking Redstone every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. Oh man, that car needs to get fixed. And you think you're going from thing to thing every 5 minutes. Don't serve it. And when I say don't serve it, what I'm saying is don't let it become your new obsession. Don't let it become your new obsession. You may be depressed, but that's not your identity. You may be struggling, but that's not your identity. It's not. So don't become obsessed with it. Don't. Become obsessed with progress. Okay? Lastly, do not worship it. Do not worship it. What do you mean, do not worship it, Chance? Don't look at the negativity as if it has the power. Don't look at it as if it has the power. We started this conversation talking about Shedeur. We've used this whole moment to really talk about the injustice using him. But you know how people, people that are in this whole draft thing, have spent their whole lives